Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the class of Career-Oriented Diploma course. Today is the 10th day, and to do the honors, to take us into the world of the business correspondence, we have with us Dr. Renuka Roy. She is an assistant professor in the Department of English of SK Porwar College, Kamptee. But before going further, I would just like to talk a few words on the nature of this course. This time, the certificate course and the diploma course is going to focus upon writing skills. And so we have included all types of writings which are possible, right from creative writing to blog writing to resumes, preparing yourself for your interviews also. And here we are with, today we are going to have business correspondence. So, something that has to do with your future, wherever you will do your job, there is definitely there will be a need for you to correspond, to relate, to communicate whatever that official matter is to your customers or to the people, those who are there in front of you. So how do you go about it is what we are going to see today. Let me welcome Dr. Roy to this session. She is currently working, as I told you, as an assistant professor of English in the department of SK Porwal College, Kamptee. She has 14 years of teaching experience, and she has taught the undergraduate as well as the postgraduate students. Her topic of research was a critical study of women characters in the selected novels of V.S. Naipaul. She has published many research papers in different peer-reviewed journals of great repute. She has also given oral presentations of her research work at national and international levels, attended many conferences and seminars, and published papers as chapters in books too. Her areas of interest are feminist studies, diasporic literature, and Indo-Caribbean studies. She is a soft skill trainer too, and she gives excellent presentations on interview techniques and personality development. So we have got an ideal person today to take us into the world of business correspondence. I, on behalf of the Department of English and IQAC of Shri Binzhani City College, heartily welcome Dr. Roy to this session. Madam, I request you to take this further.
Thank you very much, Madam. At the outset, I wish to thank you for giving this opportunity to me second time this year, and I congratulate Shri Binzhani College for taking this extra effort to facilitate our students during this pandemic period. Now, student friends, as we know that we are going through a very bad phase, and there is a lot of uncertainty looming around us. We are not certain whether which course are we going to take in future. Many of us have suspended our future plannings, and it is a right time for us to learn something new, to add to our existing resources and to our existing share, what we can say, store of knowledge. And this course is really beneficial because what you're going to learn during this course is whatever is not included in your syllabus. In syllabus, we have prose, we have lessons, we have poetry, we have grammar, but the functional part of our use of English is missing. And when you enter into professional world, we really miss this. So there is a gap between the expectation of the corporate world or the professional world, or you go into the government service. The expectation from a person who is graduate and the kind of curriculum that is being offered to us, there is a little bit of gap. So the gap is that we do not have the functional part of education, which has kind of education that can be implemented in our work life situation. During that we face when we...
Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
So when we enter the business-like situation, when we enter the job market, the problem that we encounter is a wide gap between what has been taught in our curriculum and what is expected. So I'll share this with you. When I entered my first job, and I was working as a faculty of soft skills training in ICFI National College. It was a college meant for MBA and BBA courses. And the first few weeks, I did not have any work. And all of a sudden, my center head, he told me that since you do not have any classes now, you just do one thing. You have to prepare reports of the events that are going on. You have to prepare the news reports. You have to prepare the report of the events that are to be sent to our headquarters. And I was that time MA qualified. I did my B.Ed. I had teaching experience as contributory staff, and I had taught literature also, but nowhere I have come across any experience of writing the reports. So I was totally taken aback. I found myself in kind of situation that I could not reveal my ignorance. And then I had to take help of my seniors who had been doing that work. I had to study lot many formats. So this may occur to us. This may occur to you also. You might have got your degree, but there are certain things that you need to learn so as to get yourself accommodated in the challenges that during your work life career. So today's topic will be very much aligned to this problem of any individual that might come across. आप एक clerical job भी करोगे आगे जाकर, even though you enter into a job and you go for a clerical job, you go for a job of a teacher, you go for a job of an accountant. This problem, you may become the administrative officer of some organization. This area will always be of great help to you. आपके लिए ये जो एरिया है जो आज हम लोग पढ़ने वाले हैं, that will be of great help to you. The area that we are going to deal with is business communication, writing with a purpose. And we will have a look on what business communication actually is. What is communication? Communication, अगर हम बात करते हैं, allow me to share my screen.
It's visible, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm starting with my presentation. See. Communication is essential element in the success of any business. So not only business, communication is a kind of thing that we carry out in our day-to-day activity. We communicate. हम बात करते हैं, हम संवाद करते हैं, हम संभाषण करते हैं. We talk to each other. That is, we transmit certain message to the listener, to whom we are communicating, and we receive the feedback from the person. ये ट्रांसमिशन का प्रोसेस जो है फ्रॉम द सेंडर टू द रिसीवर, फ्रॉम द अदर सेंडर टू अस एज अ रिसीवर, दिस इज अ कंटिन्यूअस प्रोसेस. ये चलते रहता है. इवन in our day-to-day life we communicate, and communication has a very important role. Human being is different from other what we can say other animals or other elements on this globe, only due to this very faculty of using language, using communication skills. And it is very important how we communicate. You may have come across the people who talk a lot, बहुत बात करते हैं, but they are not targeted. They do not have that focus, and they do not know what to say and what to not. So success of any person, any business depends upon how we are communicating and we are communicating. One need not talk a lot. One can have very limited kind of communication, but that might help a person to be a successful individual. The process of transferring information from one person to another within or outside business environment is termed as business communication. When we talk about business communication, it is transferring information. There are many layers. Horizontal communication होता है, vertical communication होता है. So business environment में ही, अब आप जब किसी ऑफिस में हो, आप किसी कॉर्पोरेट में हो, आप किसी इंस्टीट्यूशन में हो, तो आप देखते हो कि आप हॉरिजॉन्टली भी बहुत सारा कम्युनिकेशन करते हो. आप अपने बॉस को लेटर लिखोगे, आप अपने सबऑर्डिनेट को कोई इंफॉर्मेशन दोगे, यू विल बी गिविंग सम नोटिस फॉर द अदर पीपल इन द ऑफिस. आप अपने कॉलेज में देखते हो कि हम एक नोटिस देते हैं कि जिसमें कॉलेज के सभी लोगों को इंफॉर्मेशन दिया जाता है. सो इट इज अ काइंड ऑफ वर्टिकल हॉरिजॉन्टल काइंड ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. हमारे ही लेवल में, हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में चलता है, तो विद इन दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, विद इन दैट ऑफिस, and sometimes we need to communicate outside our business environment, outside our office. हमें कभी बाहर की दुनिया से भी communicate करना पड़ता है. So these kind of communication, they are termed, they come under this umbrella term business communication. It is a wide term, बहुत बड़ा term है. It forms a part, what we can say, it is a major part of courses like MBA, BBA, etc. बहुत बड़ा एक part है business communication का, and it is very difficult to what we can say, bring it together, bring it into a single presentation. एक single presentation में business communication इतना wide area है कि it is very difficult to explain. The term business communication is derived from general communication, which is associated with business activities. In other terms, communication between the business parties or people for business related tasks is also considered as business communication. जो भी communication हो रहा है उसका motive है कि there should be some profit, there should be some purpose, there should be some output to that communication. So ऐसा जो communication होता है उसे हम बोलेंगे business communication. So any kind of communication with a motive within a work-like situation, within an organization, inside and or outside organization, इसे हम क्या बोलते हैं? Business communication बोलते हैं. So there are oral and written communication. In my previous presentation, I had talked, I was dealing with the topics like interview techniques and body language, non-verbal communication skills. ये सब आता है oral communication में. Oral has verbal communication, how we talk, how we face an interview, how we discuss things during meeting, how we are communicating with each other during group discussion. Okay, what is our interpersonal, how we handle interpersonal relationship in our day-to-day life, in our professional life, comes under the category of verbal communication or oral communication. And non-verbal communication are those like our gesture, our posture, our body language, how we dress up ourselves, how we carry ourselves in the professional world. It comes under non-verbal communication. So under that oral communication, this is a wide area that we may discuss sometimes some other times, but today we will be focusing on one portion of business communication, that is written communication. Now in business there are different kind of written communication that are done, like we carry out note making when our head, when our boss, superior tells us something, or we are in some meeting, so we cannot write down the entire sentence. हम पूरी बात नहीं लिख पाते हैं. We do not have time to jot down each and every sentence. At that time we take the notes. So that is note making. Writing short messages. While communicating, we write short messages. If you want to drop some message for your secretary, you will not write an entire letter आप पूरा लेटर नहीं लिखोगे. You will write a short message on sheet of your paper. This we nowadays practice a lot while communicating through WhatsApp or while giving messages, while using messengers. We use this short messages a lot. हम बहुत ज़्यादा short messages का use करते हैं. When sending certain attachment through mail, हम mail में कोई attachment भेज रहे हैं, so that time also we support that attachment with a small draft in the box in the composer section, and there we write down a short message that's sending this and this document for your kind perusal. हम वहां पर लिखते हैं ये हम लोग डॉक्यूमेंट भेज रहे हैं, kindly find this attachment which is sent for your official purpose, official use. So this becomes the short message. So short messages are used profusely. How effectively you draft short messages is of great importance. इसका बहुत महत्व होता है. It should be like its name. It should be short. It should be pithy, and it should be very focused. हम बहुत elaborate message नहीं लिखते हैं, लेकिन छोटे में ही we can communicate. Writing email. Email writing is one of the portions that madam is going to take during this course, and your resource person will be dealing with email writing, email etiquettes, do's and don'ts of email writing in your further classes, or you might have already gone through it. Reports and advertisement writing. Writing notes, we had already discussed this. Agenda and minutes. What are agendas? Agendas are the points that are to be discussed before the in the meeting, are noted down by the secretary of that committee. कोई अगर meeting हो रहा है, if there is some meeting in the organization, and in that meeting there is one secretary who jots down the points to be discussed during the meeting. उस meeting में हमें किस point को discuss करना है, that are noted down, and the time of the meeting, the place of the meeting, and under what head the meeting is going to be held, who are the members who are going to attend the meeting. All this information are jotted down in agenda. And minutes is written after the meeting, in which detailed analysis of what has happened during the meeting, what were the decisions taken, what were the things, what were proposals made, what were the action initiated. All these things are written in the minutes. Minutes में लिखा जाता है. It is also highly business related activity. Drafting posters. In business, we know that they have to go advertisement, many posters, and many a times, like nowadays in pandemics, you might have gone through many offices where they write that no mask, no entry, and there is what we can say, there is a face of a person wearing mask, right? So that poster, drafting poster, making it effective with the visuals, with the images, is also one of the very important aspect of written communication. Writing business letters. And now the area that we are going to deal with today is writing business letter. Before we move ahead, we will just have the definition of what is a letter. A letter is a form of written communication between the writer and the reader. So letter comes under written communication. Letter are written for personal as well as business reasons. So letter जो लिखा जाता है, it is a written communication है. It is a very elaborate as well as formal communication that requires lots of expertise, lots of skill on part of the writer. जो लिखता है उसे बहुत ही expertly वो letter draft करना पड़ता है. Maybe it is a formal letter or an informal letter. वो formal letter हो या informal letter हो, आपको बहुत ही expertly letter को draft करना पड़ता है. Letters are written for business purpose as well as for personal reason. Introduction. Now, what are formal letters? Formal letters are official letters. Letters written in our offices, in our institution, in our workplaces. The letters that are written, whether you are writing it on the vertical level or on the horizontal level. You are writing to your subordinates, your peer, writing to your boss, or you're writing outside your own office, own organization. They are very formal in nature. ये जो letters होते हैं, they are very formal in nature. They are called as formal letters. What are informal letters? Informal letters are those letters that we write to our friends, to our family, to our intimate, what we can say, relatives, those whom we know very well, in order to communicate some good news or to convey some idea or just to have a kind of communication. We write informal letters. Nowadays, we hardly write informal letters because there are so many means of communication. You can get connected to your friends or family in other continents within what we can say within 2 minutes due to the what we can say these social medias like WhatsApp, Facebook, and Twitter. You can always have be in touch with your family and friends. So nowadays, informal letter writing, trends of writing informal letter have diminished to a great extent. However, you can find wonderful specimens of informal letters in good literature, where there are the students of literature, they can read the letters written by great masters. बहुत ही famous कुछ letters है जो आप पढ़ सकते हो. There are some letters that are being prescribed in your syllabus that gives us idea of how greatly, how wonderful that world of informal letters were. So in order to give you a little bit of idea of what kind of letters are there in informal type, I have some illustrations. So see, this is one letter that is written by Aditi to Maya, in which she writes, "Dear Maya, thank you very much for your last letter. It was great to hear from you after so many months. You seem to be having a nice time in France." So it is a letter between two friends. So they are communicating, they are sharing their experiences, and the one is being happy for the other. Thanks for your photograph, for the photographs. I absolutely love that snaps of yours standing in front of Eiffel Tower. France looks stunning. Someday I would definitely like to go there. There is not much happening here. I'm busy with my work and kids. By the way, are you coming home anytime soon? If you are, let me know the dates. We can arrange to meet up. Hope to see you soon, Aditi. So this is a kind of informal letter to friends, and they are just sharing their routine, their happenings in their personal life in very informal way. You'll find that there is no formality, there is no subject line, there is no inside address, and the letter is written in very nice and seamlessly very elegant manner. बहुत अच्छे से लिखा गया है letter, and there is no formality, there is an ease between the speaker, sender, and the receiver. जो भेज रहा है उसके राइटिंग में भी बहुत ईज है, द रिसीवर के लिए कंफर्ट है. सो दिस इज an example of formal letter. Another example, you may find it, "Dear grandma, how are you? I was really happy to see you and grandpa at my graduation ceremony, and I hope you are recovering from your cold." See, it is a letter from a grandson or granddaughter, Olivia, to the to grandmother. "Do you think that it would be okay if I stop by to visit you on Saturday? I would really like to show you my new puppy. I think you will adore her. Her name is Sassy. I got her last week, and she is your favorite breed a golden lab, just like Snatch Me. Snatch Me must be some other puppy. I am excited to come to see you soon. Let me know of Saturday will work for you. If Saturday will work for you. So this is also a very informal kind of letter written by a granddaughter to grandma. So these are informal letters without much formality. See, the letters are very easily written. So, but this kind of ease is not there in the formal letter. Formal letters are formal in style. They have certain format to be followed. Such letters are written for official purpose. They are written to the authorities, to the dignitaries, colleagues, seniors, etc. They are not for the personal contacts and friends. Okay, and there are number of formalities, conventions, and guidelines, styles that are to be adhered to when we are drafting a formal letter. फॉर्मल लेटर लिखते वक्त, ड्राफ्ट करते वक्त आपको बहुत सारा कुछ ध्यान में रखना पड़ता है कि to whom we are writing from that letter, what kind of salutation will be, and how are we going to draft the subject line, and how long should be the body of the letter. So all these things, style, language, format, these are the things that are to be observed while writing a formal letter. Now see, this is a layout of a business letter or a formal letter, we may say. So these are the things. See, I have given you a checklist on the left hand side. Business letter always got that printed letterhead. Business letter के ऊपर एक printed letterhead हमेशा ही होता है. They have got references. Reference is what? You are writing a letter in response to some other communication that you had earlier received. Uska reference दिया जाता है, that letter number, the date on which you received that letter, that becomes the reference. उसको हम बोलते हैं reference line. Then you have the date line, where you have to mention the date on which you are communicating. Inside address is to whom you are writing this letter. You need to write the name of the person, to write his designation, you need to write the address of his office and the place. So that forms the inside address. Another thing is salutation. What comes under salutation is how you address the person. If you know the person personally, like if I am writing to my head, I'll say, dear sir. If I'm writing to my principal, I'll say, dear sir. If I'm writing to my vice principal, who is a lady, I'll write, dear madam. But if I'm writing to some person outside my organization, to whom I do not have any contact, whom I do not know, so I will only address it as sir or madam. So sir and madam are the respectful ways of giving a salutation. आपको पहले ऐसा होता था, they used to write dear respected sir, respected madam. Nowadays in formal letter writing, in the block style, we do not write respected sir, respected my madam, because sir and madam, they are in themselves very respectful words. But when we are writing within the organization, when we are communicating with the person with whom we have, although a formal relationship, but a kind of ease, a kind of colloquial, a kind of what we can say, we know the person, then you may always use dear sir or dear madam. If you know the person by name, you can write his name also. Like the example is given here, dear Mr. Perkla. Okay, so subject line, so it becomes this salutation. Salutation has to be very appropriate, बहुत ही आपको सोच समझ के सैल्यूटेशन लिखना है. Now comes the subject line. In subject line, you have to write in very short what you wish to communicate through this letter. What is the subject of this letter? In this specimen, there is no such mentioning, but in the further examples that we will be dealing with, we will see how the subject lines are written. Subject line are very short, yet very focused. They are very targeted. They communicate our idea, what we are going to inquire, what we are going to put in, what we are going to ask for in very short but very targeted sentences. Body of the letter. Body of the business letter should not be more than 2 to 3 paragraphs. And it should have a proper structure, proper beginning, proper middle, and proper end. The last paragraph of a business letter should be a paragraph where the person need to sum up. वहां पर आपको sum up करना है what you wish to get out of this letter. What is your main aim behind this letter that you had to sum up in the last paragraph. So it becomes very effective. It becomes very, it has to be very effective. It has to be very pointed. Last paragraph holds lots of importance. Now, there is a complementary closure. Like we had started with salutation. जैसे हमने salutation से शुरुआत किया. We started with dear sir and madam. In the similar manner, you have to end with a kind of closure like yours sincerely, yours truly, yours faithfully, depending on your position. Like if I am writing to my employer, if I am writing to my principal, I can use yours sincerely and yours faithfully. So these are the complementary closure that we use. If we know the person very well and we are asking for some favor, and we know that we had got a very close and intimate relationship, so although it is formal one, we can always write yours truly and put our signature. Enclosure in the formal letter are those things that we deliberately attach with our letter. For example, if you are writing a covering letter for a job, you attach your resume and related materials, related documents in order to make your covering letter more impactful. So enclosure becomes an integral part of your covering letter for a job. And in other kinds of letter, when we are sending some documents to some office, certain office, we write a covering letter and we attach the enclosure in order to support our statements. So now we will see some other examples. Today, we will discuss these 4 types of business letters in our presentation, and that I think will be of great help to you. The first one is covering letter for a job, an order letter, inquiry letter, and complaint letter. I have attached a few specimens of these kinds of letter so as to support my presentation, and it will facilitate your understanding of these letters. This is an example of a covering letter. See, it is a letter written by a girl named Aditi to the personal manager, Indian Assurance Company, New Delhi. She is writing from Lucknow. On the top, she has written her address in short, followed by the date line. Date line is 4th September 2020. The inside address is the personal manager, Indian Assurance Company, New Delhi. You'll find that there is no comma, comma. In the new format, you do not put comma, comma in the inside. Subject line is very short and at the same time extremely targeted. The subject line is recruitment of management training. She has started with the salutation, sir. Very formal salutation, since Aditi may not be knowing the personal manager of Indian Assurance Company. This is with reference to your advertisement in the Hindustan Times dated 1st September 2020 for the management training to be groomed as managers for your company. So she has given the kind of reference from where she got to know about the opening. In the opening line, in the introductory paragraph of the letter, the body of the letter, she has given the reference from where she got to know about the job. I would like to be considered for the said post. She offers herself, her own self, for the position of a management trainee. My biodata is enclosed for your perusal and consideration. What is perusal? Perusal hota hai your official use and consideration. So she has enclosed a biodata that she is already mentioning in the letter, body of the letter. If I found suitable, I can appear for an interview at any time suitable for you, suitable to you. Now see, I always tell this during my sessions on covering letters for job, that a job covering letter has a very important aim in its drafting. The main aim of writing a job covering letter is to get an invitation for interview. आपका job covering letter इतना effective होना चाहिए and it should always show your readiness to appear for an interview to your prospective employee. आपके prospective employee को हमेशा ये feel होना चाहिए that you are ready for a personal interaction in the form of interview. So here she, in the closing paragraph, she writes that I can appear for an interview at any time suitable to you. So writing only good resume, drafting a good resume and drafting a very beautiful covering letter will not be sufficient. You have to convert that into an opportunity to get an interview call. In case of selection, and she further assures, she shows her positive approach towards this position. She says that in case of selection, I assure you of my unstinted cooperation and devotion in the discharge of my duties. So she shows her readiness for work. She shows her complete devotion to the task. And yours faithfully, Aditi. So see how beautifully she has drafted. Only two paragraphs are written, but they are extremely important and they are very focused. So this becomes one of the specimen of covering letter. Now we will move ahead with another business letter. Here, the letter is written by the sports instructor of a school named Gita Convent. Name is Mr. Satish Kaul. Sports instructor, Gita Convent, Narsapur. He has given his address at the top, followed by the date line. And this letter is written to the proprietor, Messrs. Lohia Sports Equipment, Narsapur. Subject is supply of sports equipment. So that school requires some sports equipment and they wish to purchase it from the shop named Lohia Sports Equipment. So see this letter. On behalf of the principal of the school, I have been directed to contact you regarding the supply of sports equipment. So he is talking on behalf of the principal of school. I would be obliged if you could supply the following items within 2 weeks. 2 हफ्ते में वो items चाहते हैं. For example, cricket kit 6 sets, volleyball nets 4 sets, then footballs 6 items, table tennis rackets 6 items. And then he's talking about some transaction related activities, like he says, we hope your offer of 10% discount on all items is applicable as it was last year. So he reminds about the negotiation that they had done last time, and he asks for 10% discount on the price. Your representative can collect the payment due at the time of supply of the above item. So they talk about the payment, and payment will be done as soon as the supply is made. So there must be a kind of continuous transaction between Satish Kaul and that Lohia sports equipment. So there is an ease, at the same time formality in the writing. You will notice that this business letter is written in 3 parts. First part talks about the requirement of the person. What are the things are to be ordered? कौन सा चीजें order करना है? Second portion of the letter talks about the negotiation part. What kind of negotiation the person wishes to out? He asks for 10% discount on the items, on the prices of the items, and the final portion is about the payment. Okay, and it is very nicely and roundedly closed, and he has written, yours sincerely, Satish Kaul, sports equipment, Geeta Convent, Narsapur. So it is very roundedly and nicely closed. So this becomes the spelling for an order letter. Now further, you see we have given here a beautiful example of an inquiry letter. An inquiry is made by a girl named Rita Sohani, who is interested in a short-term computer course in an institute named Learn Computers in Bangalore. Okay, so Geeta has given her address in short at the left top, followed by the date line, and then she has written the inside address of the person to whom she is writing this letter. The administrative officer, Learn Computers, 4/3, 3rd Main Road, Bangalore. Her subject line is also very short as well as very focused. Short-term computer course. Now, she starts her letter by the salutation, Sir / Ma'am. She's not sure who is the administrative officer of that computer institute named Learn Computers. Hence, she has started with the address with the salutation, Sir / Ma'am. I read your advertisement in the local newspaper regarding a short-term crash course in computer programming. She gives the reference from where she collected the information about this short-term crash course. And then she moves on to the kind of inquiry that she needs to make. Kindly provide me with the following details. The details are, I need to know about the fees to be paid and whether it can be paid in installments. The first concern of any student can always be the fees of the course. Crash course, how much it will cost, that she wishes to know. Then she wants to know about the availability of the space and the timing that will be given to her along with the computer so that she may practice and hone her skills. The size of the class and the computer time available to each student are also important. So she wants to know how room is and how long she is going to be given that allotted the time to carry out her activities and learn the skill. I would also like to know about the number of days in a week on which the classes will be held and the timing. So she wants to know the date, days and the timings also. So the payment can be made by check and bank draft. I'm sorry, there is a mistake in the spelling of this check. An early reply will be highly appreciated. Yours sincerely, Rita Sohani. Now, that very short but extremely targeted. The kind of inquiry that she needed to make is very clearly written. She wants to know about the payment. She wants to know about the fees and the mode of payment, whether it should be paid at one go or installment, timing of the classes, how many students are there, whether the classes have the proper infrastructure or not. Everything is very perfectly in this letter. Now, there is a final, what we can say, letter that I wish to discuss here is a complaint-less letter. Complaint about some problem, some trouble that the computer is giving. Okay, and the letter is written by Sanjay Sharma, and he is in Salt Lake. This place of the name of the place is Salt Lake in Calcutta, and he's writing from there, and written on 3rd May 2019. Dealer of the Computer World, Calcutta. Complaint regarding the personal computer. Sir, with reference to the subject mentioned above, I wish to inform you that I bought a PC from your showroom, wide receipt number 63848, dated 15th April 2019. So he has recently, he had bought a computer. The letter was written on May 3rd, 2019, and he had purchased a computer on 15th April 2019. The computer has been giving a lot of trouble since then, and he is not finding that computer very easy to work with. For one, it is difficult to retrieve faults in the computer. So he cannot cure the faults that are there in the computer. Even the person who may be helping him with the software and hardware may not be in a position to retrieve all, solve all his problems. The computer was purchased against the warranty of 2 years. Hence, I request you to kindly replace this faulty computer with the new one. So he wants that this computer has to be replaced with a new one because it has occurred during within the warranty period. I request that this may be done at the earliest so that my work does not suffer. So he wants a replacement, and he gives the receipt number. He says that my work is suffering, so he wants an early replacement. Looking forward to your cooperation. He's expecting a cooperation from the concerned person. Yours sincerely, Sanjay. Now, these are some of the specimens that we had studied in detail, and I'll be sharing these letters with Madam so that she can circulate these letters with you for further study. Sorry. Writing a business letter is an art. And good letters share and reflect the following things. They are planned before writing. Whatever you wish to write in your business letter, you have to plan. You have to draft a grammatically correct letter using simple words, short and clear sentences, and ideas are to be expressed very clearly. You have to use a suitable and appropriate style, a format. Your business letter should be short. At the same time, they should convey what they wish to convey. Providing a heading that summarizes the content of the letter. So your subject line should be very appropriate. It should communicate what it wish to communicate. Dating the letter, you have to put the date on which you are writing the letter. You have to give the proper references. All these things are extremely important when you write a business letter. Kind of expression that you need to use. When we are writing an informal letter, we can always use colloquial expressions. We can use informal way of writing. We can have the short forms. We can use hi dear, like slangs, or we can even use some informal way of talking. But when we are writing for a formal business letter, our expressions has to be very formal. Standard official expressions are permissible in official letters. Many a times I notice that during evaluation process, the students, the way they communicate on their WhatsApp chats, they write the similar kind of language in their letters, formal letters, while appearing for examination. So you have to understand, you have to imbibe standard official expressions, and that will only come through practice. That will only come by reading different formats that are available nowadays. Even on internet, you can find templates of formal letters on internet on different situations. These templates, these what we can say example specimen, will help you to memorize and to what we can say imbibe those official expressions in your letter. If you go through some good books of business communication, writing skills, you'll find that there are a number of good examples of letters given. Some of the letters I'll be sharing with you. I'll share that to madam, and madam will share that in your groups, so that you will be you will get acquainted with good and standard business official letters. And I hope that these slides were of some help to you, and I could drive home the point well. And if you have some queries on your part, you may ask it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Renuka ma'am. Students, do you have any questions?
Yeah,
You
if
can
you
ask.
have some queries, you may ask them.
Yes, because these are all formal kinds of correspondences, and these should be perfect, because otherwise the wrong messages might go to the people with whom we are going to share professional relationships. It's not any kind of a friendly kind of a thing where your friends are going to ignore your mistakes. So your dedication towards your work or your seriousness is going to be seen through these letters, these kinds of correspondences. So it is very important for you to be perfect in this. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask ma'am.
Yeah, I'll share some of the templates with madam also, some PDF format, PDFs of that I had drafted so that I can communicate, but somehow I couldn't do it. So that those PDFs will be specimens for you. What are the standard formats of writing letters? So that will be of great help to you. And if you had gone through this presentation well, so I'll be sharing with you a questionnaire, and that will help in reviving and recollecting all these tips that I had given during this session.
Absolutely, absolutely. They'll be helpful to
If
us,
you
and
have
we'll
any
put it.
problem, you can feel free to ask.
Ma'am, we also have a doubt clearing session at 2:30. So if the students, encounter any kind of problem while solving the assignments also, or the questionnaire that you're going to share with us, they can
Yeah,
ask us at that point of time too.
yeah. I can always answer them, and I can always what you can say, get back to them.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, madam. From the bottom of my heart, I'm thankful to you because all these intricate things, they are very necessary. And every time, the teachers try to tell these things or teach them, the students, these things, it is a quite a monotonous kind of a thing. But you have made it so colorful and you have made it so precise that I'm sure the students are going to benefit out of this. So on behalf of the Department of English and the IQAC of my college, I extend my gratitude towards you. Thank you so much to join us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. And it is always a pleasure working with you, especially.
Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.